Hello, YouTube land. And we got a viewer already. Hi, Hugh.
Hi, Hugh.
Hugh, if you want to join us, you can totally join us. Just let us know and I'll send you the link. We are going to be doing an episode about geek crushes, husbandos and waifus and all of that jazz. And I'm actually going to give just a little bit of time so Hugh can answer if he wants to join us.
That will give me a moment to open my beer.
Yes, and
if you're going to join us, does this mean we're going to talk about Top Gun?
Maybe. I don't know. Depends. All right, I'm going to send Hugh. Hugh, I'm sending it to you in Facebook Messenger. And where do I go? You get the proper link. Awesome.
I am going to need, while we're paused here.
Yep.
I am just going to go grab another beer to replace this one when this one goes.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you finished it already?
No,
Jeez,
it's almost done. I could just slam it, but come on.
You could. All right, go get another beer.
Yes, dear. Because you ordered me so. We're getting glare on the phone. Do you see that right where?
Yeah, it's a reflection of the.
Oh, I thought that was off of my. I thought it was off my forehead for a second.
And you can all hear Tech dying in the background. So yeah, we're going to add Hugh to this before we start the official debate. I should probably pull out a pen. What pen should I use? It should be like a live segment. What pen is Nutty gonna use? The only person that cares is me. I know. I'm going to use my Lammy slightly darker black. That's right. It's the special edition. And I got it already because Wonder Pens was the first to get it in stock. And that is my local store in Toronto. Lammy slightly darker black. Ooh.
I have developed the typical Navcom thing of I use whatever pen someone else lends me and then put it in my pocket.
Yeah, no, you don't put my fountain pens in your pocket. I kick your butt.
My record still stands in a 3-week sale at 40 pens by the end of it.
I have become so snobby, like when I'm signing a bill or something, where I have to sign something when I'm out and about, and somebody hands me a ballpoint, and I'm like, ballpoint? Really? So Hugh is just changing computers.
I'm super limited in what I'm technically allowed to use because there's like proper colors for signing and everything.
Yeah. Same with Tech.
I had a green pen for a while, and then I wasn't allowed to use it because only the XO is allowed to sign in green.
Right. Hang on one second. What's up? You have official colors that you have to sign in. He has to do everything in blue.
Yeah, blue because it can't be photocopied.
Yep.
That color. Well, unless you use a color photocopier.
Color copiers, yeah.
And the green pen, just because I knew how to sign the XO signature doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, no, you know we're live, right? Did you hold up your sarcasm sign?
Oh, that was a sarcasm moment there. Should I make a sarcasm sign?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, because my general default tone is sarcasm. So
what? You? No.
Oh,
hey, look, I have a pen.
What kind of pen is it? It's obviously a ballpoint, right?
It is a ballpoint.
Ooh.
Oh, wait.
Readable?
Let's see.
No,
sarcasm. Yes, there you go.
Wait,
you're going to need to make another sign with the sarcasm HTML close bracket so that we know when you stop.
Yes.
Is it bad that I did a full day of web development and I forget what the close, which slash the close uses?
Yeah.
Forward.
The one that does this.
Yeah, I remember the. Oh, wait. No, that won't work. There we go.
Sarcasm. Yes. So I've decided this is a segment for the live viewing. It's what pen is Nutty gonna use, and I'm using the slightly darker black. aka the all black special edition.
Yeah, my slightly darker black is on my desk. I use it to tease my boss that doesn't have one yet.
Oh, is he waiting to order from Goulet or?
No, I think he's gonna order it from Wonder Pens. He just hasn't yet.
Ah,
Hugh,
hello.
Hugh! Yay!
Hello.
One quick question, by the way, are we introducing you as Serial Killer still?
I guess so.
Or would you prefer actual name or something else?
I mean, the only other name I use online routinely is Tijuana Pancake. So
okay, so Serial Killer it is. All right. Hugh, welcome. All right, we are going to start. I'm going to just hang on one second. I'm going to start the actual recording. Hit the button again.
So push a button, something happens.
Yes, it's well, you gotta hit the button on the Zoom twice, right?
Yep.
Okay. Hello, Mixed Nutcases. This is Nukeshas, and today we are going to be talking about geek crushes. With me, I have, as always.
Hi, I'm Hodor. No, that's not right. Hi, I'm Tech.
And our longtime friend, the Serial Killer.
Hello.
And our other longtime friend, Mr. Hugh O'Donnell.
Hi.
And this is kind of a spur of the moment, off the cuff recording, which is a lot of fun. We were going to record something else tonight, and that ended up changing. So this is what you're getting. Hang on.
And if you were waiting for that other recording, too bad. This is what you're stuck with.
If you're waiting, don't make me laugh. If you're waiting for that other recording, it'll come in a couple of weeks. So we are talking about geek crushes, aka waifus and husbandos. Now, a couple of ground rules. These do not have to be anime characters. These can be,
media
characters.
Media.
Yeah, any form of media, any form of fiction, any geeky crush, basically.
And another ground rule while we're on the topic.
Yeah.
A crush cannot be wrong.
This is true. A crush cannot be wrong. There is nothing wrong with having a crush on anyone.
No. And we'll get more into that when we start discussing some of my choices.
And the other thing is, crushes are not always sexual or romantic.
No.
Sometimes you can have a crush on somebody because you just think they're awesome.
Oh, there are totally people that you just want to hang out with in fiction, like people that you just want to be friends with. So yeah,
like I'm really mad that Jason's not here so we could talk about his complete and utter total crush on King T'Challa.
I think that is sexual.
Before we get into this, are these going to be actors or are they going to be characters or either?
You decide, I'm gonna say.
Okay.
So shall we start with like some of our early geek crushes?
Oh,
like who was a crush that you had growing up?
Oh, my earliest one, because we're the same age, was The Secret World of Alex Mack, Larissa Olenek.
But was it Larissa Olnick or was it?
No,
Alex
it was
Mack?
no, it was Alex Mack. It was the geeky, sarcastic teenage superhero that could turn into a blob and like ooze under the door of the garage. And I think I watched every episode of that show.
I oddly do not recall that show.
Really? It was on YTV. We must have been about 14 at the time.
This did not penetrate the border.
Yeah, it's definitely a uniquely Canadian concept. Is that about the same time as My Secret Identity was out?
A little later, I think. A little later.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although that's interesting you mentioned that because not during My Secret Identity, but later on, Jerry O'Connell sliders. Yeah, totally.
Nutty, not to totally interrupt your recording, but it appears that Jason may be here finally.
Yes, well, let's try not to talk too much about it in case he doesn't show up, and I don't have to edit too much out.
Hugh, what was one of your early geek crushes?
Early geek crushes. There's gonna be a lot of silence here.
This is good radio right here. Truncate silence. I love you.
I hate to say it because in retrospect he is terrible. And yes, terrible in all the terrible ways.
Mm.
But 90s X-Men cartoon Gambit.
Totally. Mon chéri, yes.
Gambit is a bad person and he is a pickup artist and he is scummy, but yeah.
But dang, didn't you want to just like...
But that Bayou accent just does it, doesn't it?
I'd let him charge my card, let me tell you.
He is seriously smooth.
Yes.
I mean, in the cartoon, he gets rogue. I mean, it works.
Well,
I was all in before I even knew what that was. Like, my panties were on fire and I had no idea what was going on. Yes, Gambit. So I've got one that I'm pretty sure two of you at least are going to groan. Okay. But pretty much every woman of my age when they were growing up, Wesley Crusher. Followed by the kid from the Neverending Story.
What?
Oh yeah. Will Wheaton and Jonathan Brandis.
Jonathan Brandis, not Sequest Jonathan Brandis.
I was going to say Sequest Jonathan Brandis. I could understand, but
okay, but by the time he did Sequest, I was 19. It was different.
Yeah,
the captain from Jaws on that show. How could you not go for that?
No, actually, for Sequest, I was all about the DeLuise boys, Michael DeLuise specifically.
Was he not? Yeah. I'm in like weird. Now my brain is wondering where else I know him from. Mode.
21 Jump Street. Peter, and then Michael came later.
Okay.
Wizards of Waverly Place. The dad was their brother David.
In 7 days, or am I completely wrong?
In what?
7 days, that weird time travel one with the sphere where he traveled back only 7 days.
I didn't see it, so he could be. But they are the sons of Dom DeLuise, and they're all hot.
That show might not actually exist.
Dom's adorable. Especially when you watch like stuff when he was younger.
Cannonball Run?
I'm thinking more along the lines of the Muppet Show.
Oh.
When he's on the planet Kuzbane. Oh my God, I love it.
It wasn't me.
See?
I'm trying to think back to early crushes and in general those days. And I think the only person I can think of outright is Topanga from Boy Meets World.
Yes, Topanga. Oh, I had such a crush on
Topanga. Stop the War. I love that was her middle name.
See, I didn't even know that until now because I wasn't paying attention to almost anything that was being said.
I've got another one, similar time era, actually a little bit earlier, but I can't think of her name. But the Wonder Years, what was her name?
Winnie
Cooper.
Yeah.
Well,
Winnie Cooper.
Who grew up and got a PhD in math and got hotter.
Yeah. PhDs are sexy.
And then Blossom.
No, Six.
Her
friend Six.
Yeah.
With the world's most incredible pair of jeans. Whoa.
And then, of course, you've mentioned, well, Star Trek's been mentioned already. So now I'm thinking back when I wasn't so completely mean to the character Deanna Troi, but,
Hey, Marina, she wrote there was an article I remember reading that she wrote about how a hairy Greek girl became a sex symbol on a sci-fi show. And so this brings the question that I want to ask everybody. So Nutty mentioned Wesley and you mentioned Counselor Troy. I'm going to say for me, it was Dr. Crusher.
I can see that.
Oh my God. It's yes, every doctor fantasy ever right there. So
and Worf.
Worf.
Right. I'm just gonna ask you, Hugh, where do you go? Where do you go in Star Trek? So you go to Worf?
I'm gonna actually think about this, and I'm gonna say that Eileen Riker.
Bearded Riker or not bearded Riker?
Oh hell yes, bearded Riker. Like,
Why
Okay.
would you ever
bearded
pick
Riker
not
is very
bearded
formative
Riker?
for young Hugh.
Always, it's always bearded Riker and the Riker lean.
Oh, the
Oh,
Riker
yeah.
lean and the
If you want
mountain
to go
man
with a bad
sit.
boy, it's goateed Riker.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I definitely developed a thing for pretty much all things Klingon. If it wasn't Worf, it was Martok. It was like
I'm just gonna
craziness.
say Michael.
Jadzia.
I'm gonna say Michael Dorn's voice.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, that's the thing. I have
Oh my
I have
God,
a
yes.
voice fetish. And if you can speak in that low voice, I will say I never went for Gowron, but he's awesome.
Stares in Klingon.
Oh yeah, he's got the Toshiro Mifune thing just with his eyes all the time.
He doesn't have the voice. Oh, and
No, he
Kalar.
just whispers like this, and it's great.
But Kalar, because she's an Amazon. I mean, heck, she's Marshall's mom. And she's got the voice, and
See.
she's so demanding. I love it.
And see, while you're going there, I was going to say for a moment, well, what was the deal with anybody finding Lursa and Vitor attractive? But then I realized
We boob windows.
We all did.
Yeah.
Boob windows.
it took me a second to think about it. Then I'm like, yes, now I remember.
Yes.
Except when
I'm
they're trying to be sexy, they're trying a little too hard, and it just gets weird.
Yeah. You see, that's what I remember is that just a little. You're trying too much. Just no.
Duras was so annoying, but the Duras sisters were fantastic. You
They
were
were fun.
captivated every time they were on the screen. I mean, the fact that they spoke the audience's thoughts throughout their entire time in Star Trek Generations was just brilliant.
So the one that confused young techie from Star Trek a lot, because wow, Luxwana Troy is really annoying and really weird, but really hot for some reason. I don't understand this. I'm confused.
I don't know what that reason would be.
Luxwana Troy was the beginning of my old lady crushes.
Oh, it's awkward.
It's so wonderfully awkward. I went from her to Maggie Smith, and yeah, it just kept going all the way to the Queen of Thorns, which, by the way, okay, this isn't an early geek crush. This is a later geek crush, but book Queen of Thorns totally had a crush on, and then the show comes out and it was Diana Rigg. I was like, it couldn't be any better.
While we're speaking of crushes, hey Big Daddy.
Welcome, Jason.
Yeah. How
Jason,
you gonna have this podcast and not bring the otaku along? What in the world? How in the heck did this happen?
Well, we invited you as soon as we came up with the topic.
Yeah,
See how
it was.
is.
The conversation literally went, hey, we should do a thing about waifus and husbandos. Well, we can do that without Jason? Well, what's he doing? Get him on this thing. We need him here.
Well, it's funny. You talk about that, and the first thing I was actually doing was playing Persona 5 and trying to bang all the social links in that game.
So, Jason, we're discussing our first geek crushes, the crushes that we had as young adolescents.
Well, I'm pretty sure Tex already said this, but Sailor Jupiter, baby.
Oh yeah, fair.
No, Sailor Jupiter.
He hasn't even gotten to Bell Dandy yet.
No.
Oh,
Oh, but if you bring up Bell Dandy, we also got to talk about Erd, and we got to also talk about Ryoko from Tenchi Muyo, baby.
and you're gonna make me talk about Ryoga, aren't you?
Oh, Ryoga, nice. Oh, what about Lum? Don't forget Lum from Urusei Yatsura.
We are descending.
Okay, if we're going down this route, I do have to say that Lum's dad is like peak hot dad.
Yes, he is. And by the way, I love the fact that our entire race loves leopard print bikinis, no matter man, woman, or child.
What is this show? I need to watch it.
Okay.
Urusei Yatsura, it's the first thing that Rumiko Takahashi did.
And the best thing she did outside of Ranma half.
Yes.
But Urusei Yatsura has a secret, if I'm not mistaken, is it Otomo who worked on that one with her? Season 1? I think it was the guy who did I think it was Akira? Hold on. Now I gotta look. Bad radio. But no,
You're a battered
Otomo worked on that?
yeah, the
Oh my god.
Urusei Yatsura's first season, it wasn't just her.
Well, she's the artist. She wasn't the producer.
Yeah, he like worked on it with her, and I can't remember because he just did one season. That's why all the other seasons weren't as good.
Okay, so
The thing about Urusei Yatsura is it's very 70s, but everyone in it is hot.
I like
So
this.
let's keep in mind that for the purposes of this show, we have decided to expand Waifus and Husbandos to all geek media, not just anime and manga.
Or I would be completely lost.
Right. So what we have done is right now we were discussing our early geek crushes and had gotten to, so I will ask the question, Jason, who was your crush on Star Trek Next Gen?
Oh, Next Gen? Man, Next Gen.
or whatever the Star Trek that was airing when you were a kid, because you have to remember he's younger than we are.
Right. So
I watched Next Gen. I watched Deep Space Nine, some of it. I watched Voyager.
Because Deep Space Nine, when we get to that in a couple of minutes, is going to lead to an outright feud. It may lead to a blood war.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, we'll get there.
Speaking of hot dads.
Man, to be really honest.
Yeah. Totally.
While Jason is thinking, I will point out that young confused Tech has been mentioned already. Young confused Steve will bring up Jareth the Goblin King.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Oh, David Bowie.
It, and people point out the bulge
It's
now,
David.
and I'm like,
And
so?
that's fine.
It never registered to me back then because it wasn't about that, and even
wasn't.
now it's not. Like, people get way too wrapped up in that area.
Yeah, like
He
with
is
Idris Elba and his mic cord.
It's not his mic cord.
But
He is just gorgeous.
my memories of the Labyrinth is just, and still every time I watch it, it's just Jennifer Connelly.
You
being
kidding.
Beat yourself in the face with a shovel hot. Oh my God, Jennifer Connelly.
And
yes,
it was okay because you were 14.
because I was 14 when I watched it, and I just, oh my.
I cannot say I ever found the appeal in her. I don't know why.
Dead to me.
It's not wrong.
You know
It's
what?
not wrong.
It's okay.
I just don't
because
understand.
Steve was distracted by
Jareth, which is,
that's totally legit.
and you know what? I acceptable. Acceptable.
I mean, Jareth and his Tina Turner hair. I mean,
Dude,
you can't.
Not while I'm drinking, man.
Yeah, you run your fingers through it. He becomes one of those plasma balls. He just electrocutes you.
It had to be the hair. It did. Yeah.
Indeed.
And the makeup, gorgeous eye makeup.
So I would have to say, honestly, because there weren't like in Next Gen, it's got to be the Queen of the Borg, man. I'm all about it. Lady in power, and she dominates Locutus. I mean, come on.
And we all suddenly realize how old we are because this is Jason's childhood.
We were talking about confused techie earlier, and I brought up Luxwana Troy.
Now, I like Troy, but she's too nice for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Again.
No. He brought up Luoxana Troy.
Oh, you mean Mom?
Yes,
Mom. You like him that tsundere? I mean, she's probably gonna hold you down and step on some stuff here for a minute.
That's okay.
I'm strangely okay with most of this.
How is that the one term I understand?
Now, you guys talk about being old. I posted it earlier because I saw it on a friend's page. Nickelodeon's All That turned 24 this year today. Like, it was like,
yeah,
like it that nearly crippled me because I was sitting. Then I started thinking, well, is Snick 30? Because remember, Snick started before all that. So like,
I know none of these things.
It was Nickelodeon's late night teen thing where they had Are You Afraid of the Dark and all the Canadian shows.
Now, we got on YTV and we got them first.
Yeah, and you guys got Secret World of Alex Mack on top of that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about childhood crush. Yeah. Oh,
thank you. I am not alone.
By the way, I'm just saying she could probably do some really creative things as a liquid. Just saying.
And then she played, Larissa Olenek then played the little sister in 10 Things I Hate About You with Julia Stiles.
Oh, Julia Stiles.
Hey, she was a hacker.
Yeah,
on Ghost Rider.
Writer, not
she was
writer.
She was a keyboard cowboy, yo.
Yes, she was.
PBS was my thing. I watched Ghost Rider and Carmen Sandiego.
Ooh, Carmen Sandiego.
Is that a geek crush?
Right? Oh man,
so elusive.
So
no one knows what she's got on under that red trench coat.
That just completely goes with my
nothing.
That goes with my completely.
What'd you say, Hugh?
I ship her with the chief.
Yes.
That just completely goes with my, elusive, unavailable women thing. Yes.
So one of the things that I've had to, Tech and I have discussed before is when you crushed on someone when you were younger and you rewatch the shows, it is totally okay for you to continue to crush on them because you were their age back then. That being said,
yeah, if you watch The Never-Ending Story again and you see Jonathan Brandis, it's going to bring up certain flutters.
Yeah. But that, or sidekicks. That's
God!
It was a bad movie, but that's what got me. Hey, it was him and Winnie Cooper.
Oh, Chuck Norris.
Who cared about Chuck Norris? It was Jonathan Brandis and Winnie Cooper.
I care about Chuck Norris.
Everyone should care about Chuck Norris.
That being said, rewatching Next Gen, no, Wesley does not do it for me anymore.
Man, I just
shut up, Wesley.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Having met Will Wheaton, he is a lovely gentleman. But
I bet
Wesley,
he is.
No.
Yeah.
Now Picard will do things for me now.
No, that is no. See, it has to be. It can be Picard by himself, and it can be Sir Ian McKellen by himself. But if they did a Dragon Ball Z-esque fusion dance, they would become the most elegant, sexually charged, weed smoking gay man ever.
And if anyone here,
hot onslaught,
yes.
And if anyone here says that they are not moved by that in some strange locations that are weird and oddly confusing, you are lying.
I'm not confused why I'm moved by that at all. I know exactly why I'm moved by that.
And then you just have Helen Mirren come in on a broomstick, like over with.
Old lady crushes.
Hey, and speaking, if we're gonna do fusion dances, can we get like Helen Mirren and Tilda Swinton to do a thing, and then I'll be all over that.
That would be the most handsome lady ever. Like it would be the most regal and handsome woman you get. If you in one of those like cartoons where like they hide their face because every time they show their face, it would blind you because they're just that gorgeous.
Okay. So Disney crushes.
Oh,
Aladdin.
That's a good choice.
That's a really good one, actually. Yeah.
I agree with you on that one. And his voice is awesome.
He had a good voice actor. Yeah. Speaking of young Hugh crushes.
So did you also have did Steve in Full House also do it for you? Because that was the actor.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to remember who was who in Full House because it's been a very long time, and I did not.
He was the boyfriend of the older sister, right?
Yeah, he was DJ's boyfriend.
Right. He was a bit of a ditz.
Yeah.
I don't know why. For a second, I thought you were talking about Urkel.
No.
Stefan Urkel, brother. Like,
Stefan Urkel.
Like, I mean, Come on, like it's a nerd's dream, right? You take a potion and you become suave and sexy. Like what? I mean, what else?
Because they're just doing the Nutty Professor again.
Yeah.
Or weird science. So you know, take your pick.
So Disney crushes.
Ariel.
That is a famous choice, by the way.
Ariel.
Lots of folks are all about Ariel.
Mrs. Teapot.
Okay, is it Mrs. Potts or is it Angela?
Oh, Mrs. Potts.
Yes. So Steve, is it that you're into Mrs. Potts or Angela Lansbury?
It might be Angela
She's a very
Lansbury.
dangerous woman. She's surrounded by murder.
Yes.
There's more blood on her hands than anyone.
I think we've got my old lady crush.
No, I'll be honest. I went back and watched the Manchurian Candidate, and I'll admit, yeah, I see it.
Yeah. The court jester. Gosh darn. Oh man.
So Disney crushes, like, again, I'm such an otaku. Like, I didn't start looking at the Disney princesses like until much later, and then we got Brave, and I was so happy. Like
Brave.
Good choice.
Good choice.
I would have to say, man, like if I was a young man, or even now, man, it's got to be her.
Disney crushes. Kyrie from Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, that's a good pull because that is
All right.
Disney.
All right. Kyrie's a good one. That's a really good one. I'm gonna have to agree with Aladdin.
Even the Fez.
Yeah, whatever.
It's acceptable.
But also Belle.
But that ripped chest with the vest.
Yeah, the tiny vest.
Yeah.
Tiny vest.
I'm a sucker for a tiny vest.
Okay, so here's
Mental note,
what
must wear vest next time.
Oh, you know who?
Seriously?
This is a later one, but Megara from Hercules.
I'm gonna have to, because I didn't watch Disney cartoons at all, pretty much that registered as a kid, but going with the broader definition, Princess Leia.
She is a Disney princess.
She is now a Disney princess.
Let's keep in mind that Disney also just bought Touchstone, so technically the xenomorph from Aliens is also a Disney princess.
It's true.
And she's hot as hell.
And of course, no crush is wrong, Fred.
No crush is wrong.
No crush is wrong.
No crush is wrong.
So here's a question. So we're talking about Disney princesses and crushes.
Yes.
Let's go to a prince. The Beast. Which one? The Beast, or when he's back to being his human self?
I'm
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say it's the Beast because the voice is better when he's the Beast. And for me, it's all about the voice.
It's all about that bass. No treble.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed.
As everyone just subconsciously lowers their voices.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
It doesn't work when you do it, Nutty.
No, it doesn't.
I was gonna try and do the exact opposite, but that would hurt.
No, so you need to do the exact opposite, Nutty. You need to do the enchanted thing, and you need to like bring it up an octave with
Yeah, I
a
don't think
vocal
I can do
fry.
that. I don't think I can do that.
No, I'm not good at it either.
I totally can't do that.
Talking like that would drive me insane.
Oh, it's fabulous. Wow, that's different entirely. Wow.
If we're gonna do more recent Disney, I'm gonna do something embarrassing and say Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph.
All right.
From
Wreck-It Ralph.
You know what? He is a very kind, giant gentleman man. Like,
you know what? I'm gonna throw out more controversy, and I'm gonna say Eva.
you know, I was gonna say it was very stereotypical of the guy talking about nothing but anime to say the robot was his crush.
You know what?
I mean, she has a very specific shape.
Very much so. And spoiler alert, it looks like something you put in places.
Yes, that was the
Thanks for
joke.
ruining that for me. Thanks.
I'm sad that I can't remember the kid's name. But the one that I watched recently, and I fell in love with the kid. He was just so cool and such a good character, and I want him to be my friend. Is the main character from Big Hero 6.
Oh yeah, Hero. I love him.
Yeah.
I want to give him hugs too.
He's a really cool little dude, and his
Yeah.
robot's awesome. I mean, who doesn't want one?
Who doesn't want a Baymax?
Well, if we're gonna-
So moving on, more cartoons. This was a crush I developed as an adult, but definitely Bato from Ghost in the Shell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now here's the question: is it Bato or is it the voice?
Of Richard Epcar, the greatest
I
voice actor known to
Totally
man.
crushed on Bato before I saw the anime. I crushed on him while reading the manga. And then I heard that voice.
And you've never been able to read the manga without hearing
No,
that
no,
voice.
no.
He just owns that role.
It's fantastic.
Hugh,
and,
your thoughts on Bato?
Yeah.
Yes.
Even with the weird robot eyes?
Especially.
I mean, you don't know what those eyes can do. He might be able to analyze your like heart rate and like blood flow to
Dude,
see.
you know they got a vibration setting on them.
yeah,
Okay.
or something.
Okay, if we're doing this, okay, I will say I like Bato, but also Ishikawa has a really good beard.
He does.
He's a good beard.
He does.
He does. And you see him a couple times without the beard, like I think it's in Standalone where you get a younger him without the beard, and it's just not enough. It's just not there.
So Hugh, the beard is an essential key for your husbandos. What are some really great bearded husbandos?
Well, okay. Tech did mention Hodor earlier, and I have to say, not Hodor, but Christian Nairn, like
Yes.
as a person,
Absolutely.
is
What about
1,000,000 feet tall and has a great accent.
And a great beard.
And he's a
he's like
DJ.
a DJ.
Mhm.
what about so if we're talking about beards? What about this new Marvel Chris Evans with that beard, man? Like he had it.
Yes.
He had the rough one in Snowpiercer, but now he's got that I'm a groomed wild man. Like
Yes.
I'm thinking that
Yeah.
works.
Well, I like his beard. His beard is not better than Thor's beard, though.
No.
Well, that's because the only beard that can rival it or rival Thor's is Aquaman's and Jason Momoa. Like, I
Mm.
mean,
Ugh,
Mm.
Jason
I mean,
Momoa.
just I mean, take your
Yeah.
pick. You've got Viking Surf Boy or South Pacific Surf Boy. Either
So-
way,
South Pacific Surf Boy.
Yeah.
he likes drinking beer, throwing axes, and riding motorcycles.
Okay,
How
I want
do
I
you
want
go?
I want to be his friend.
Yes. Yes. Agreed. Khal Drogo, Aquaman, even as Conan, all of these roles, yes.
He was jacked for Conan. My God.
Yes, he was.
I want to either have him as my personal trainer or to meet his personal trainer.
Wait, was he Conan in the remake?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good heavens. I got to watch that again.
Yeah.
That was good.
And if we're talking about beards, he doesn't have one very often, but he did have one in his Hercules. The Rock, he had a beard and he grows a nice one, but he's just The Rock. And so anything you put him in is fine, whether it's a shirt, no shirt, a kid's
Fanny
movie
pack.
where
The Rock
Fanny
is
pack.
Maui.
Yeah, totally crushed on
Oh,
The Rock
man.
as Maui. Yes.
A tutu.
and he can sing.
Yeah.
Like
Again, that voice.
Yeah.
It's the
And-
voice.
honestly, though, I like The Rock's voice, but his smile is still the greatest thing on that dude. Like, you can't teach, train, copy, emulate his smile. Like, he's got one of the greatest smiles I've ever seen.
So if we're gonna backtrack here.
Mhm.
So Nutty mentioned Bato. I have to mention the Major being
Oh, of
one
course.
of teenage techies formative
yeah.
crushes.
So Tech, so how many different bodies are you going to have her switch into and which ones?
all of them.
Even the guys?
Sure, whatever. She's in charge. Yes, ma'am. She's a major.
Well, yeah, she's the major. She's in charge.
Yeah.
I am but a meager shell at this point. And let's keep in mind that one of the big points in the manga is that the
Major don't care.
The sexual mind link that they do does not work cross gender. It works better same gender. So so yet again, I find myself absolutely bonkers in love with a lesbian that wants nothing to do with me. I'm cool with that.
Okay, Makoto is like surely bi. Like
Yeah, I think she's the true.
bi.
Yeah, I feel like she's the true definition of that. Like,
yeah.
like it doesn't matter. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw her get with like a robot, like a straight out robot.
She'd get together with
straight
anything.
up merged with an AI. Spoiler alert for a 25-year-old movie.
Major, ma'am, excuse me, that's a forklift.
Yeah, pretty sexy forklift. But here's the thing: what makes her so sexy to Tech is that fact that she would have nothing to do with him.
Tech, I swear to God, you are into the most tsundere characters. Like,
Again, that is the one word I understand.
I need to look up that word and get mad at you, but give me a minute.
I'm telling you, as soon as she rebukes you and hits you for some reason, it's over with.
Oh my God, I love her.
Yeah,
how do you think I fell in love with Nutty?
Yeah, it's true.
It involved an argument.
So I will say, so we're talking about, again, we got it back to anime characters. Can we just say, what about Captain Harlock? I know Lulu's not here, but I got to throw it out to the captain.
Captain Harlock.
Pirates are in this year.
And don't forget, there's Queen Esmeralda, and then there's
Captain Harlock.
But you know what? She was window dressing. I never got in anything that I watched, and I've been watching Galaxy Express 3.5 or 3.9 since I was a young kid, and I had the comics growing up, and
she's got her own series, which is pretty good.
Sure, and I'm sure it is, but I never saw anything really attractive about her beyond the physical. There was nothing about her personality. She was like a cabbage in like a tight bodysuit. Captain Harlock.
Oh, you mean the wine swilling space pirate?
The wine swilling space pirate with the facial scar and the
laser rapier,
space battleship Arcadia and the laser rapier and the fighter
space
ships
battleship with a mast.
That he pilots in space
with an old-timey captain's wheel and the big skull on the front. And oh my God, who did not want an Arcadia growing up? If I could fly the battleship Arcadia to work every day,
you should. If you get a chance, I don't know how you'll find it because it's never been released here in the States. Internet. There's a film called My Youth in Arcadia, which is this backstory of how he got the Arcadia, and it's a wonderful movie.
If anyone listening, attention wireless listeners, if you have not seen the Harlock remake,
oh, it's so good.
That came out a couple of years ago. It's on Netflix called Harlock. I highly recommend it. It is amazingly beautiful.
Why do we fight, Tech?
For freedom!
So, in part, it's sounding like Tech has a crush on the ship.
That too.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful ship.
Shut up, XK.
I mean, no, I'm not going to say. I'm sorry, but Kit. I had a crush on Kit.
Yeah, well, the voice.
That is very
He's
true.
got a great voice.
Okay. I am a huge Initial D fan.
Oh,
okay. I'm in love with the car. The Tofu Delivery AE86 Toyota Trueno is Hachiroku. That is the greatest thing in the world. I don't think I can name any of the characters on that show. I don't care. I can tell you more about the cars.
Takeshi?
Yeah, whatever. Who cares? they have names. I'm sure they're not important. It's the cars.
So. Since we're talking, since I love bringing things down, it's what I do.
Break it down for you.
What's a character that you've had a feelings for that didn't make it to the end of their show?
Ooh,
Is this going to lead to the
Nora?
big impending bloodbath fight?
Because
Tech, you forecasted this.
What was this?
You forecasted that if we talked about Deep Space Nine, there would be a fight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll bring it up. Jadzia Dax.
No, sorry, no. Esri.
Right. So he's gonna bring up Esri. But and you know what? I just recently went through a rewatch of Deep Space Nine, and I will admit, Esri is an amazingly beautiful, super fun, sexy character.
And the things that annoyed us back then make more sense once you realize she's 23.
Apparently, really bossy chicks that can kick the crap out of me are called tsundere. I have
Yes,
to
they
admit.
are.
So, Jadzia, oh man, I would love to play a game of Count the Spots.
See, and here I think you're both wrong. Why choose? Why not both?
Yay!
Is this we're back to mergers again?
Yeah.
oh man, that's one heck of a fusion dance. You put those two together, my goodness.
So
But
The
yeah,
two bodies would disappear, and all you'd get is the Dax symbiont.
So Jadzia didn't make it. What are some others that didn't make it? Nora.
From
Not Nora, sorry, Pyrrha.
yes. Oh,
Here we go.
oh gosh, that you're leading to a rant that I've had. Oh, I had someone tell me that show's good now still, and I wanted to hang myself.
So let's talk about Ruby.
Yeah, you're right.
Everyone on Ruby.
Pyrrha, just Yang, Ruby, Weiss, Blake, Pyrrha, Nora, just name them all. It's fine.
Sun, Jean, Neptune.
Oh, don't forget about I can't remember their names because they were in Team Coffee,
Flint.
but the bunny girl. Oh, Flint Cole. Still
Neon
gonna cosplay
Cat.
him.
Neon Cat, Neapolitan, all of them. Everyone.
All of Team Coffee because Bunny Eared Girl. I love anime.
Going back to my old lady crushes, Professor Goodwitch.
Very much so. What about Ozpin? Like, come on,
Yeah,
Ozpin's
Ozpin.
like.
Okay, so you know who's really hot? He has one scene and he gets killed. Tuck, from the bookstore.
Oh
Yeah,
when
Tuxie.
he runs into when he runs into the girls from the other school and she's got the dual dagger miniguns.
No,
And
the
she
guy that they get the two faunists walk into the bookstore. That sounds like a bad joke.
Two funnest walk into a bookstore.
And they're like, "Hey, do you have this illustrated? Do you have this? Do you have that? Do
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
yeah,
why
yeah,
we're
yeah,
here?"
yeah.
And then he like jumps across the counter with his claws, and we never see him again.
Oh,
But he-
what about what about Yang's and Ruby's dad?
What, Chooch?
Yes, yes, young Chooch.
So, Hugh, have you watched Ruby?
I have not.
Okay.
We're just saying words to him.
I need somebody outside of Jason and Tech who know Chooch to watch this and go, yeah, you're right, that is Chooch. Because there is a character that is exactly Chooch.
When
Hi,
Chooch cuts his hair and he's got short hair,
Well, you have
looks.
to remember, when I first met Chooch, it was short hair Chooch.
When I first met Chooch, it was rock star Viking god hair Chooch.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So
about
if we're gonna
Raven?
talk about Ruby,
What about Raven?
Oh, Raven's hot.
so if we talk about
Crow.
Yes, your drunk uncle.
So Crow, I will put into the same category, the same oddly confusing category for Mr. Techie as Sephiroth.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
You know, my teenage years, I would have said Cloud because he's an edgelord, and why not? But it, you know, but now that I'm older and I look at how gorgeous those long locks are, yeah, man, it's got to be Sephiroth, man. Like he's the most
Dude,
beautiful.
he's got his own theme. Yeah.
Sephiroth.
One Wing Angel is one of the greatest pieces of music ever written.
Speaking of, if we're gonna talk about crushes, Nobuo Uematsu, the composer of all of the Final Fantasy music, I love you.
Also, by the way, shout out Smooth McGroove. He's a handsome
Yeah.
gentleman with a nice
Smooth-
beard.
Smooth
Yes.
groove, absolutely.
And
If,
along the same token, Hironobu Sakaguchi, who is the producer for all of the good Final Fantasy games. Yeah, just
which ones are those?
everything that's not 2, 8, and 11 onward.
You shut your mouth.
So,
Because we're gonna talk about tech crushes.
Oh, are we talking about the new Final Fantasy with the
No.
Coleman?
No.
Oh,
Are we
No,
talking about
the boy
band?
band commercial. No, we're talking about 8, and we're talking about Zell.
Ooh, I'm sorry, man. I still have to stick with my edgelordness. I've gotta go with Squall, man. Like,
Oh my
I
god!
gotta go with Squall.
Gun-
Of any of those guys, it's Laguna,
Which one? Which one's Laguna?
the flashback guy.
I think I've got to change my. You're right. I think you win, Hugh. I think you win.
Come on, Zell with the cocky smirk, the martial arts, the facial tattoo, the blonde hair. Oh yeah, he's all that.
Super into hot dogs.
well, okay.
wow.
And what's the problem with that?
But now,
Just saying.
I think he
Just
says that's the
saying.
point.
but since you said all that tech, have you played Final Fantasy 15? Because my God, can we talk about Gladiolus
Yes.
and Ignis? We
Oh
got
yeah, I ship that so damn hard.
we got mommy and daddy right there. Like, it's great.
That entire game. I really need
This
to.
is the one that like there's no way a single one of them is straight. right?
No, it is a Japanese boy band
It is.
in a
best
on a car. It's riding in a car with Japanese boys.
No, the
Yeah.
best part of it is though, is that these are all Noctis's best friends, aka all of his polyamorous lovers.
Going
Well,
on one
Okay,
last
best friends,
before he gets
i.e.,
married.
bodyguard, photographer, and driver, respectively.
And cook,
Yeah.
driver,
Yeah.
cook,
Well,
bodyguard,
he's
and
his aide de camp,
photographer.
basically.
Prompto, why are you taking pictures in the middle of this giant battle?
Exactly. And they're all taking him to his wedding, and none of them want to do it. Like, it is
Right.
One last adventure. Let's go
The
find a
longest
chocobo.
To
So,
a wedding ever.
Geek crushes. I'm not going to name names, but I am going to say that I did just get a message that Hugh, your hat is swoon worthy.
my
It is a nice
mind.
hat.
It is a nice hat.
If we're gonna, I'm not gonna steal the moment, or I'm trying not to. But if we're gonna talk about geek crushes that didn't make it, or crushes from fiction or television that didn't make it, Deborah Morgan
Yeah.
From what's that?
from Dexter.
Dexter.
Oh man.
Dexter, don't watch after the last
Season.
episode of the John Lithgow season, and you're
Yeah,
good.
seriously. Yeah, seriously.
No one wants you, Harry. Go away.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go get a beer,
Okay.
and when I return, I will go on a rant.
Oh no.
While you get
I'm looking up the character name because I've forgotten his name. Give me one moment.
while you get a beer, I want to discuss Men in Hats because I'm being told that Men in Hats is a
about-
wonderful thing.
What about Men Without Hats? Because they were kind of good.
Yeah, they were
They
good
were a
too.
good band.
So now, if you want to talk about men in hats, can I just say one of the most distinguished men who still wears a hat today, even though he doesn't need to? My man Vin Rames. Like Vin Rames, Mr. Arby's, we have the meats. Like that dude can wear a hat, but he doesn't have to. He's great.
That's excellent. So Flint also falls into that
Flint
Men with
Cole.
Hats.
By the way, can we just say that his name, Flint Cole, is one of the greatest names for a fictional character who plays a trumpet as a weapon?
Yes.
What?
Yes, watch Ruby in season
No, sorry. No.
in season 3. Flint Cole is a character in the tournament who fights using jazz.
He does.
Okay. This is kind of a deep cut, but characters that didn't make it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
and
Ooh.
Triplet.
Oh my goodness. They-
Triplet dying hurt me.
I've not watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I respect this.
it's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the best, worst thing you could ever fall into a hole into, except for maybe what I fell into a hole to recently, which is I've started Smallville back over from pilot on.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm deep into a hole on Parks and Rec.
Okay.
Can we get Chubby Pratt back? Can we get Chubby
That'd be
Pratt
nice.
back?
Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm just thinking of Amber.
Amber?
From Smallville?
Wait, have I got her name wrong? Is my brain that wrong? Right?
I don't know.
Aubrey,
What do you
Aubrey,
think?
Aubrey
Is that the
Plaza.
one that
Plaza.
joined? Is that the one that joined the really weird cult?
No, it's Aubrey Plaza.
Oh,
From
he's
Parks and
talking
Rec.
about Parks and Rec. No.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to talk about people on Smallville, can we talk about Allison Mack, who plays Chloe?
And the fact that she helped run a sex cult.
Right. The fact that she joined a really weird cult and
No.
no.
It wasn't Allison Mack that did it. The one who joined the crazy sex cult was Superman's mom.
Okay.
No. In reality, in real life, the lady that played Chloe joined.
Was it really?
Yeah, joined
Yes.
a berserk sex cult, made it into the
She's
inner circle. Was
like
part
the
of.
number 2 person.
She
and
was
they
part of
expect-
recruiting new girls into this thing. It has finally led to a whole bunch of charges for like
That's-
international tax dodging and yeah,
Really?
it's horrible.
The leader of the cult has been arrested, and they expect her to be the next arrested.
Dear God.
My goodness.
This took a turn.
Well, the
I mean,
thing is,
Took a turn. But if Jason, if you're watching Smallville from the start, you need to check out We Don't Want to Wait. It's a podcast. They're currently doing the same thing. They're binging through Smallville. But
I'll have to talk to them because I hate it. Like, I've tried to get Jen to watch it with me from episode 1 or pilot on, and she refuses. Jen has only put her foot down on a couple of things, and they have been recent. One, 50 Shades Freed. We watched the first 2, but she
I'm not finding any flaws in this logic here.
Yeah.
Surprised you got her to watch the first 2.
like dude, she just I think I broke her. Like, I think I broke her.
All right, so
Okay.
I've got a question.
Yes.
What are some unconventional crushes?
well, I've already mentioned a car.
Yeah,
I've already mentioned Christian Nairn.
I don't know, because I
He's a-
know that's one of your things. Of like,
he's a
that's-
big sexy DJ. How
Yeah.
could you not?
So I got one. Obelix.
Oh,
Obelix from
now
Asterix and Obelix.
cartoon or live
Wow.
action played by Gerard
No,
Depardieu?
Cartoon, because even though Gerard Depardieu does a really great job, it's kind of hard to separate the man from the
Yeah,
Character.
there's nothing really unconventional about an attraction to Gerard Depardieu. It's
By
fine.
the way,
I did have one growing up. I will admit
Whoa,
to that,
now-
but he's
whoa.
really skeevy now.
Well, no. But the thing about Gerard Depardieu is when he was younger, that dude could get it. That dude looked great. Like, that dude
He
was
can still get it. He's got
No,
no
he's-
problems
Yeah,
whatsoever.
but now he's getting it in Russia because he got kicked out of Europe.
Yeah, well,
yeah, and he's also slightly insane.
yeah, that's fine.
See, now that this brings up a potential side topic: crushes that once did it for you that don't anymore, and you don't see why.
Ooh.
You don't know why they don't do it for
No,
you.
you don't know why they ever did.
Oh, see, like I know why Wesley Crusher did it for me,
Yeah.
and I know
Okay.
why he doesn't.
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat because I knew why Mark Wahlberg did, and I know why he doesn't.
yeah, again, yeah.
Marky Mark. Hey, bro. Hey, yeah, we're gonna go to Wahlburgers, bro. It's gonna be great. We're gonna
Yeah, I
get
found out
burgers.
about the hate crime. No, that's a turn off.
Yeah,
That's a big
exactly.
turn off.
Yeah.
Unconventional, but also, man.
By the way, I'll say Allison Mack is one of those.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
like yours, Chloe. Totally turned off by the whole sex cult thing.
yeah.
Okay, so we talk about unconventional.
Yeah.
So this is my rant.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So I go to TV tropes and I look up this trope that they call the little sister.
Oh, Jesus, no.
So the little sister trope is they put a character that is adorable and fun and spunky and cute, and they put her into things. And apparently the whole purpose of the little sister character is to make the main female character look hotter. And it continues to explain that if you like the little sister, there is something wrong with you, because you're supposed to find the conventionally attractive and usually blonde other character, or in one case blue. You're supposed to find her more attractive.
So,
and I don't. So let me finish. I will name 2, and the third I forgot her name. So the dude's little sister in Final Fantasy 15. Excuse me. The one with the little goth one with the black hair who's hugging the Moogle. Yes.
Luna? Lulu?
No, that's from Final Fantasy 10.
Oh.
I will also mention Talizora Vast Normandy from Mass Effect. That apparently we're not supposed to like her. We're not supposed to find the super hot space-suited alien engineer with the emergency induction port. That's a straw, Tally. Emergency induction port with a hot Romanian accent. We're not supposed to like her. We're supposed to only notice her to find the blue chick hotter.
So Tech.
And I got one more, which I've now forgotten, so carry on.
It's Ruby.
It's Ruby. So, apparently, we're not allowed to like Ruby. Apparently, no one is allowed to have a crush on Ruby. Apparently, if you like Ruby from the show Ruby, the titular character, there is something wrong with you.
See, Tech, what they didn't take into consideration is something from my realm of the world.
Okay.
They didn't take in the dread specter that is Moe. Because you see, in anime fandom, Moe, it's all about the little sister. It's all about that little innocent girl you have to protect, who's annoying and there and all the time, but you got to protect her because she's adorable and cute and sweet and lovable. See, that's where those two beliefs clash, right? And so, yes, Ruby is technically the Moe character in the show because she's like the goth kind of Lolita character. She's also kind of secretly powerful, but at the same time, in some instances, she can be protected because, you know, characters come out of the woodwork to do so, like Yang and Jean and some other characters. But then also, you got to take into consideration, like every single character on your World War II planes, Strike Witches, all of those characters would fall into the little sister category, and thus no one is supposed to like them. But because of Moe, they're all great and everyone loves them.
So
mind you,
would Rika from Chunibyo count as Moe?
Yes and no, because she is very independent.
Yeah.
And that is not a facet of Moe, but all of her other characteristics would fall squarely in line with Moe. Mm-hmm. Like, Moe is one of those weird concepts from Japan that doesn't translate well, but when you see it, you know it.
When you say it out loud, it sounds creepy, let me tell you.
And it is. Oh no, it is. It's super creepy. Like
Moe is not, it doesn't mean cute. It doesn't mean helpless. It doesn't mean any of these things. There is no translation for the word Moe.
No, you just know it when you see it. Like if you've ever seen High School of the Dead, the little girl character who becomes like the bandolier companion for the gun otaku who turns the nail gun into a machine gun, that's the Moe character.
If I was to try to pick a North American character as Moe, if I said Hit Girl, am I wrong?
No, Hit Girl would be definitely tsundere.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, we're really into this tsundere thing.
When I was living in Japan, there was a maid cafe near my house named Moe in Chandon.
Ooh. So how many times you go there, Hugh?
I never went there. I was sort of like, nope.
Like
I get that reference, but nope.
I'll put it to you this way. If you're thinking of a North American equivalent, if you made a Moe character in a North American medium, every feminist on the planet would want to nuke that character into ash. Like
Moe approaches, but isn't really the same as the term barely legal.
yeah, and it's like the character who's the Moe character is not necessarily incompetent, but for some reason, no matter what happens, they need to be protected, they need to be looked after, but they're adorable and cute and sweet and lovable and sexy all at the same time.
Kaylee Wynn Fry.
Kaylee.
Yeah.
So the cinnamon roll.
That is who. That's the North American equivalent. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And Jewel's State is okay.
Yeah.
So it's like Manic Pixie Dream Girl.
Yep. And as soon as they make the transition from a character that needs to be protected to a character that can take care of themselves, they are no longer Moe. They are instantly no longer in that category, because the main facet of that concept is that they have to be a character that needs to be protected by the main protagonist or one of the main protagonists, because you also have to pair a Moe character with the self-insert character, because the self-insert character, i.e. the male psyche that is into that character, has to have someone he can glom on and protect and make himself feel even more man.
What was the name of the I'm blanking the name of the movie of the guy falls in love with the Manic Pixie Dream Girl, but in order to go on a date with her, he has to defeat her 7 evil exes. And
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Am I wrong?
Moe?
She's a little too self.
No, the girl that he was ignoring, the underage girl.
Yeah, that was Moe.
And
the drummer from the band. We are Sex Bomb.
No. Okay. The Asian girlfriend who was underage.
No.
Yeah, who he dumps to go after the main female.
So the main character would have been Tsundere.
Yes, the main character is definitely Tsundere, because she rebukes him almost at every turn, and it's brutal.
Yeah.
Oh no, his ex is Tsundere. Envy is Tsundere as hell.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it going on there.
She literally runs around the comic wearing giant boots.
Yes, that is right. She is Tsundere, and then his ex, the underage one, is the Moe character, and then his Manic Pixie Dream Girl, the one he strives after but can't technically get, is the main female.
Yeah, is Ramona.
We
actually just rewatched that, and all of those ex-boyfriends are super hot.
Yeah.
Chris Evans? You think Chris Evans in that?
Chris Evans, Brandon Routh.
By the way,
the Japanese twins.
Can I just say that Chris Evans has a stingray haircut in them?
Chris Evans is hilarious in that movie.
By the way, as a skater, he has his grind while fighting. It makes me giggle every time I watch it.
So I got a question. All right, so now Hugh touched on this before. He's an awful character. Hugh said, Gambit, awful character, but totally sexy.
It's the accent.
It's everything. What is a crush that you've crushed on the character, but in reality you would want nothing to do with the person?
She's right behind you right now, Harley Quinn.
Oh, I was gonna say, wait, what?
Now, are you talking about Harley Quinn affected by the Joker, or independent Harley Quinn who's in a loving lesbian relationship with Poison Ivy?
Affected by the Joker.
Okay. I think either, but yeah.
She has pet hyenas. It doesn't matter what I do. I am being eaten.
Yeah.
But you'd love it, Tech, because you love Tsundere, and how more Tsundere could you get?
It's a sledgehammer and twin hyenas. Yeah, you know what? I'm all in. I have mental problems.
No, this is the thing. There's that like classic appeal. There are people. There's a cult of people that crush on her. But in reality, she is the one person in the world that you would run screaming from the moment you realized who she was.
Yeah. My thing is, in that same universe, it's got to be Poison Ivy, because Poison Ivy is literally the epitome of forbidden fruit. Like you can't have her.
She doesn't want you.
She doesn't. Well, no, she doesn't want you. But even if she did, she'd kill you. She's poisonous.
Let's be real. Let's be real about it. That is a world full of women that are very bad to be around. That have appeal.
Yes, because Paul Dini, let's be honest here.
the only one woman in that entire main universe that you could crush on, and it's not going to be completely awful, is Barbara Gordon.
Not, but that's the thing.
No, and her dad would kill you.
I mean, that's true.
Well, first off, when by the way, if you haven't watched it or read it, Batman Year One, when Commissioner Gordon, who's not Commissioner Gordon at the time, has a fight with a dude in the middle of the snow and leaves him there.
Oh yeah, with
God.
that shit.
Oh yeah, the guy has a bat and he's like, "You want me to throw this down?" And Commissioner Gordon says, "Nah, you'll need it," and beats that dude's ass. Oh, it's so good.
So let's keep in mind that if any of us crushed on Babs, Commissioner Gordon would use his detective powers to find this episode.
Yes.
And use it against us.
Now here's the deal.
Thing is that
To
like,
also no, go ahead, you.
as much as Commissioner Gordon has improved the Gotham PD, he knows exactly how it works, and you would just disappear.
Yeah, you would end up in a basement in Arkham and never be heard from again.
I need to
that favor.
So I know Hugh. I know Hugh, the thing for bearded men. What about mustachioed men? What about Commissioner Gordon?
I feel young Commissioner Gordon could have
young
got
Commissioner Gordon.
Now,
Like they gave him a giant robot. It was pretty great for a while.
Also older Commissioner Gordon became Batman for a while, and it was pretty great.
I'm sorry. I thought I knew everything Batman. What robot?
Yeah, he had Commissioner Gordon was Batman for a while, and he had a robot suit.
Yeah, he got a mech suit.
And it was very New 52.
But it's
yes,
similar to the suit that Batman wore when his back was broken, right?
But when Batman had his back broken, he had kind of an exosuit, which was kind of skin tight, and then he made the Batman armored suit to fight Superman. This was basically a mini Jaeger shaped like a Batman.
He was basically in a Batman bubblegum crisis kind of suit.
Yeah.
This you say New 52. I've got a giant stack of every one of the Bat Family New 52 comics sitting at home that
I don't think it was New 52. I think it was the run after. Yeah, I think it was the run after New 52.
Oh, so it was Rebirth when I gave up on it. Okay.
Yes.
So people that I totally crushed on and would run away from in reality, and this also works as the I'm totally not interested in them anymore, would be Spike from Buffy.
Ooh.
He's bad.
Naked push-ups. He's
bad. He's wrong. And when I watch Buffy now, I'm like, eh. But back then I was like, yeah.
See, now you're gonna have to. You're bringing up Willow in my mind, who I was going to mention. I might just stay away from her though, because you make her angry and she'll turn you inside out.
That is very true.
Yeah.
And also lesbian and wants nothing to do with me. So yet again, I win.
I mean, you could always go with her when she was with Oz. So
now, Tech, we need to get that tsundere urge of yours under control because it's putting you in dangerous situations.
Do you see the woman I've married?
Nutty's great. What are you talking about?
Yes, and she could kill me with a thought.
By the way,
speaking of which, I am going to veer back in anime for a while and talk about Light.
Oh, Light Kagami. Woo.
Dude is very intense.
Now, by the way, he has the most intense eating scene.
With those chips?
Those potato chips are the greatest eating scene ever. But real quick, when you talked about Barbara Gordon, you'd have to avoid her too. She's not the safe one because after the Killing Joke, also after her stuff with Batman, in Batman, even ignoring the Killing Joke, she's broken. Because remember, Batman never brings in people who are whole and independent.
So when she becomes Oracle,
when she becomes Oracle, she's kind of better.
Yeah, she's better. It's the time she becomes Batgirl and up until Oracle, she's very, very trouble. She's very, very problematic. And even if you think about it, Alfred's problematic too. An ex MI6 agent as your butler, your surrogate father figure. Like,
So I had to look up that light person, and then I realized it was the dude from Death Note.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Death
there-
Note,
There's body pillow art out there that is quite.
there is.
well, and now if you also want to talk about people who you probably don't want to be with, even though they're gorgeous, Sebastian from Black Butler, because he's definitely a demon who wants your soul. Just saying. And if you haven't seen that yet, Nutty, look it up. Bastion, he's gorgeous, by the way.
So, Tech, who do you crush on that you would run screaming from in reality?
There's no one.
Sailor
All-
Mars.
All of his women.
Sailor Mars.
Tech, I'm gonna get you a shirt that says "I love Tsundere" because you had to like. Mars is the most tsundere of the scouts.
No, but okay, she's the high priestess of a temple, and she's like really hot with the black hair and the red skirt and everything.
And the
but-
6-inch
Okay.
and the 6-inch stiletto she's gonna
Jason,
step on your
Jason.
sack with.
I understand your where you're going from that, but there's no way that all of the outer scouts are more tsundere than her. Like all of them.
I'll be honest, I never saw anything with the outer scouts. I know of them. I never watched the episodes. I'm sorry,
Pluto-
I'm just not there.
Pluto
Now,
would
the
tick
thing
all your
is
boxes.
that
Oh
I-
yeah.
okay, so as hot as Mars is, and I know her power is fire, which makes a joke there, but let's just all power through it.
Hey, they showed restraint in not making her a redhead.
as that is, when you see her personality and the fact that she is a word I'm not allowed to say on this podcast, and then you see Jupiter, the most amazing Amazon goddess that is Jupiter. I would run away screaming from Mars and straight into the giant muscly arms of Jupiter.
You
Well,
know
she has
who
a tower
play-
in 5'6".
You know who would play a really good live action Sailor Mars? Kristen Ritter.
Ooh,
Jessica
Yeah.
Jones.
yes.
By the way, can we just say, as much as I love Michael Coulter, I gotta love me some Jessica Jones too.
Oh yeah, Jessica
Yes.
Jones.
There's-
And,
Right, while we're on that, Hugh, Mike Coulter.
Yes.
yes. There is not a single person on this podcast that
Look,
doesn't say yes to Mike
For-
Coulter.
look. First off,
No,
Look,
Okay.
he's-
But okay, I will say that none of those guys are my Marvel Universe crush now because I have a new Marvel Universe crush.
Oh, we're gonna have to
M'Baku. I know who it is. Yes.
High fives, M'Baku. Yes.
Like, here's the deal. With Jessica Jones giving birth, with Luke Cage giving birth to Michael Coulter, with the Marvel Universe giving birth to Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, and Duke. What's his last name?
Winston Duke.
Yeah, Winston Duke. If they fused, it would literally be what the definition of black coffee in bed was. And the universe could end right there and no one would care because Michael Coulter makes a tiny shirt look great. Michael B. Jordan doesn't ever have to wear a shirt ever again. Chadwick Boseman, he can be in leather. He can be without a shirt. You can put him in the water fighting Michael B. Jordan. It's fine. But M'Baku has to be in fur-covered whatever, specifically
Tiny fur pants.
fur pants / kilt, and it's awesome. Also,
feed you to my children.
Winston Duke could be in whatever he wants.
and
Yes.
I can't say what I call him to my friends outside of this podcast, but he's the only dude who's in that movie who's not necessarily in shape, quote unquote, but he's just a big dude. Like, he's just a big dude. Like, the scene when he walks out of that cavern tunnel with the gorilla mask on and he's doing the
Grunting?
bark noise.
Yeah, like
Like-
that. Well, the thing is, he's not defined, but he's muscular.
Yeah, he's just a
He's
again,
just big.
he's
Yeah.
just big. He's just big. And as a just big black man, He's my self-insert character because I can't look like Chadwick Boseman or Michael B. Jordan without killing myself, but I can look like him.
So this brings up, on that same note, let's go around the table. Who is your self-insert character in any media? Where do you see yourself?
Xena.
Okay.
By the way, I'm so sorry I forgot to mention Tech. I got to jump on your thing. If I ever had a tsundere lover, it's gotta be Xena.
Okay, the thing I saw recently that I love is did you guys see the pictures of Lucy Lawless and Jerry Ryan like at some convention, like hanging out together, like they did a photo shoot in costume?
She's gorgeous still.
And no, I think this was from the 90s that they did this. So it's some sort of photo shoot where Lucy Lawless is in her Xena getup and Jerry Ryan's in her 7 of 9 getup, and like Lucy Lawless is super into it and Jerry Ryan isn't.
Jerry Ryan's like, what? What am I doing?
Like, I'm going to stand
That's really
here
funny.
awkwardly,
We're looking at the photos now. They're pretty good.
Yeah, and like Lucy Lawless is leaning like way into her.
There's
like, I know how this works, and I'm down for it.
By the
there's
way,
the epitome of tsundere love. Tsundere love right there is Jerry Ryan as 7 of 9.
by the way, I love 7 of 9. Also, Tech, if you haven't watched it, there's a show called Rome. You get to see Lucy Lawless's boobs.
So
wow, say that even creepier if you could. That was
BEWBS.
no, that was just like super.
Hold on.
creepy.
Hold on. Let's see if I can do it. Hold on. Let's see if I can. Let me see if I can lower my voice and everything. Tech, if you haven't watched it.
Okay, I didn't actually want you to do
that.
Stop.
Yeah, Hugh's had enough. Okay, so self-insert character. XK, if you don't say this, I think I've guessed one of yours, but please go ahead.
The very first one that came to mind was Data.
Data.
Hey, he is fully functional.
Well, no, it was more because
techniques.
It was more because I honestly, still to this day, do not understand human emotions and journey to try and realize what it is to actually be human. I empathize with that path quite a bit.
See, I was going to pick Nightwing, Nite Wing, the deranged, insane guy with the baseball bat named after his mom. You know.
And I was gonna pick Oz.
Well, yeah, okay.
Hugh, self-insert character.
I really don't know.
Honestly, as much as I love your beard, if you shave the beard, give yourself some round sunglasses and a cane, you could be Ozpin from Ruby.
Okay, he hasn't seen that.
Yeah, but that's for the rest of us. Shh.
Okay, but why would you ever tell Hugh to shave his beard?
Isn't Ozpin
never.
Okay, so otaku question. Isn't Ozpin just the dad from Evangelion?
Probably,
and the villain with the bowler hat's the cat from A Clockwork Orange.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, such a rip. So mine, if I had to pick one, Altair from Assassin's Creed.
All right.
You mean your video game lookalike?
Yeah, pretty much. Come on.
I would have
parkour, knives hidden in your hands, get to run around killing people.
I see. My thing is, I don't know who my modern self-insert character would be. Maybe Flint Cole, because I love music and he's just awesome. But my young self-insert character would have to be Tenchi Muyo. Like, I watched an unhealthy amount of that show. I even own every single series of that show except for the two new series, Tenchi GXP and Tenchi Muyo War on Gaminar, which is terrible. They're both terrible, but I own all the rest.
Oh my god, if we're gonna mention crushes from old anime, how the hell could I not mention Roy Fokker?
Roy
Skull One.
Yes.
From Robotech.
Wait, but it's not really Roy Fokker. It's Skull One.
Okay, yet again a crush on a machine. Yeah, it's Skull One, but oh my god,
wait,
Roy
Tech.
Hmm?
You forgot someone.
Did I?
You forgot your lady love from Bubblegum Crisis. I haven't heard. I mean,
Pris?
you made her. Yeah, you made Pris. Like, how could you not mention Pris?
Oh, Pris Asagiri. Oh my God. But you know what? That crush was defeated in one of the later seasons because so the character of Pris, the Bubblegum Crisis TV show is these the 4 women. They have robotic cyber suits. They go around, they beat up they go around beat up robots made by this evil corporation. Really super cool show, great manga, love it to death. But when I finally watched an episode of one of the late series, Pris, she is a punk metal singer in like a grunge metal band in the seedy parts of Tokyo, and you actually go into the club in the one episode and you get to see her sing. And she's there, and in all the anime, in all the manga, when you're reading the pages, it's just like loud, jangly word bubbles and lots of exclamation points. And let me hear you say Genom sucks, and she's just like yelling all these like awesome like power metal lyrics. And then when you watch the anime, it's J-pop. It is happy J-pop, and it ruined it. It ruined it to all hell.
So moving on.
So,
Find a band called
I do
Matilda.
have someone at this point. Now that I think about it, if we're going to go back to older anime, and I am not this competent, of course, but Rurouni Kenshin.
Ooh, now, is it Kenshin or is it his rival? Or is it really splitting or is it splitting the difference between Kenshin and Batosai, the manslayer?
Oh, well, no, it's definitely Kenshin because he's just like he's this badass, but he's also this sort of like helpful goofball.
So what show is this from?
Rurouni Kenshin. It's literally called Rurouni Kenshin, and then this prequel series is called Samurai X.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at some images, and there's some like dreamily sketched redhead guy, and then there's pictures of him with giant eyes bugging out of his head that really make you go, huh? So I'm assuming you're more towards these dreamy pictures
and not the big buggy-eyed pictures.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is that he's both.
Okay.
He's both.
He's tech. To the equivalent for him would be the show you hate, Trigun, the main character.
Vash the Stampede.
Yeah. He was Vash before Vash existed, except he wasn't as annoying as Vash.
I don't hate Trigun. I just never understood it. I tried to watch it. I really gave it the old college try.
I think you would like Rurouni Kenshin because basically what it is Rurouni Kenshin used to be called Batosai the Manslayer, and he was a student of this style of swords play that was meant for killing, and he decided that was enough. He had enough.
Is he the guy with the blade, the sharpened edge on the back of the sword?
Yes.
Okay, then I know. Okay.
So to wrap up, I'm going to ask everybody to pick your ultimate waifu or husbando. You got one to pick.
Wow. Talizora Vast Normandy.
All right.
It sounds like a ship.
Esri Dax. This was fairly obvious.
Fairly obvious.
Jason?
Oh man. Man, it's a toss-up. Because I can go old school.
Between Umbaku and King T'Challa.
M'Baku. I'm picking M'Baku before Jason can.
No, honestly, it's a toss-up. It's
That's
really
Hugh for the steal, by the way. He made it so that
Exactly.
Jason cannot choose M'Baku.
honestly though, if you're gonna go anime characters, I will have to say Jupiter. She was the first. She's everything. But now if you go modern times, as much as I love M'Baku, I love Killmonger's style. Like, I just love his swagger and his just prime example, the scene in the beginning when he's in the museum and they have the security following him and he says, you've been having security follow me since I came in, but you haven't been watching what you put in your body. And it is just sinister and wonderful.
But see, that is the thing that, like, he is super hot, but you'd want to run away from him.
Until he took his shirt off, and then you wanted to touch his pecs. Like, you would...
But he's...
You want to play a game of count the spots, don't you?
See, I feel like I could sort of like curl up and watch some Dragon Ball with M'Baku, and it's fine.
No, you would definitely curl up and watch some Dragon Ball with Michael B. Jordan.
Well, yes, obviously with Michael B. Jordan as a person.
By the way, that is the greatest tidbit.
It's tricky. So, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to I think I'm gonna go with the Queen of Thorns. The character.
Really?
Yeah.
I really thought you were gonna pick Xena.
Yeah, well, that was my old go-to standard. But
you make me wear the costume and everything.
But I mean Lucy Lawless's legs though.
By the way, I don't make him wear the
I would have thought
Xena costume. I make him wear the Gabrielle costume.
I was gonna say it would have been the Gabrielle costume and that eyebrow raise. I saw that.
By the way, I did mention him earlier, but Ares from Xena.
Oh my God,
love it.
Kevin Smith,
love
down. Peace be unto him. Always, yes.
He can sprawl across.
Not that Kevin Smith.
Yeah, not that Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith from Xena.
Okay.
He passed away, actually.
Sad face. He can sprawl across my couch anytime he wants.
Yeah. And you know what? In addition, Carl Urban playing I don't care, Caesar or Eros in Xena.
Oh my God!
Bones.
Yes.
Holy
yes, Bones.
Cow! Nutty, you blew my mind. I forgot Carl Urban was in that show.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And, someone close to me, I will not out her,
I
definitely had the pick of Bruce Campbell as Autolycus.
Well, Bruce Campbell in general, that chin.
Joxer, the mighty.
No, not Joxer. Nobody chooses Joxer.
Why not?
Sorry. No.
There's my self-insert character for the Xena universe.
Joxer or his character in Sequest.
In Sequest, I'm the dolphin. I'm Darwin.
The smartest character of the show.
I was gonna say unconventional crushes Darwin, but
unconventional crushes Alan Tudyk's Wash.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say.
And Runaway Screaming when he plays Alpha.
I was going to say crushes in the way that you would like to just be close friends with them. You'd like to hang out with them and such. Wash would be right up on there in that.
Absolutely. And then Runaway Screaming when he plays Alpha from Dollhouse.
I get another self-insert for
No, that would be my Sundre choice.
But Steve, you self-insert there, Topher.
Yes, 100% yes. Topher is my self-insert for Dollhouse. See, that's the thing, is it depends on the show you're watching.
Yeah.
Man, we didn't mention, but what about we didn't talk about this. What about that show, Dark Angel?
Oh,
Max.
Okay, yeah, there we go, Max.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I only mention it because Jen
forget Max.
owns. Hey,
Max, original Cindy.
Yes.
By the way, I only mention it because Jen owns both seasons on DVD.
Unconventional crush, Joshua.
By the way, I there you go. Yeah, I own both seasons on DVD as well. Self-insert character, normal.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me. We could probably just list off even more of these. This was a lot of fun just talking about our geek crushes. If you laughed at any of this and you've got some geek crushes that you want to share, come to the Facebook group. Let us know about it. Tweet us, whatever. All that contact details is going to be out heard during the outro. But in the meantime, Hugh, where can people find you on the internet?
You can follow all my stuff at hughjodonnell.com.
And Jason, where can people find you on the internet?
As a reoccurring voice on this wonderful thing known as Nutty Bites, you can always find me at talknerdytomepodcast.com. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/nerdytome. And of course, you can find us on the Twitter at nerdytomepodcast.
And Jason and I are the Nostalgia Pilots, and you can find our podcast at nostalgiapilots.com.
We are the Gundam pilots that stay crunchy in milk.
Oh yeah, and I feel like we have not mentioned Zex or Trey's, which is an astonishing amount of willpower on both our parts in this episode.
Because a masked man of mystery just thrills me to no end.
It's got to be the hair.
What about the violin and the flute?
And XK, anything you want to plug?
I mean, if you want to go back in time to watch my enchanting head movements, you could always check out Serial Killer on YouTube. Otherwise, no current projects.
Okay.
We got to fix that. Because I've been a bad podcaster and haven't done anything recently, but there's reasons for that. But it's okay.
Don't spend time telling people why they shouldn't listen. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will.
What about you, Nutty?
That's all in the outro. I have it pre-recorded.
You should do it live.
Also, they're already listening to this.
Yeah, they already know how to find me.
Nutty, do it live. Do it live.
You can find the Nutty Bites podcast and all things Nutty Bites by going to nimlas.org, nimlas.org. There you can find links to Facebook, Google+, Twitter, you name it, and all of our social media links, including the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/group/nuttybites. You can also email us by typing an email out to nuttybites@nimlas.org. Happy?
Very much so.
Bye. And before we sign out, we do want to quickly thank all of the patrons that have made these 2 episodes a month possible. And I want to thank our QA guy, Aaron Jackson. I want to thank Andy Luke.
Big Daddy number 3.
Yes, that's right. Thank you. Yes, this is news. Big Daddy number 3, our QA guy, Aaron Jackson, the latest Big Daddy.
So our Big Daddy basketball game, our Big Daddy 1v1 basketball game has just turned into a game of horse.
And we want to thank Andy Luke, who is an author. You can check out his stuff. It's all sorts of fun, good political thrillers. You can't check out her stuff, but we want to thank Beth. Beth, thank you so much. We want to thank our other Big Daddy, Dave.
The Jedi Wookiee.
The Jedi Wookiee, yes. And he'll be getting a podcast coming out this summer.
Episode 0 coming soon.
No, coming out this summer. That's not soon. We want to thank Harold. Thank you so much. You longtime patron. We want to thank Ian of the Web of Queer and the Down Below podcast. And we want to thank our first Big Daddy, Jason. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Daddy.
We want to thank Justine. You can find her photography on Flickr and on Patreon. We want to thank Ken Kennedy, Kinsey, Lynette McFadden from the Bycast, Melissa, the Bathtub Mermaid.
Yes!
We put out an episode this week, and you should listen to it. It's very good. And that is, of course, Jason's favorite patron, Mike Patrick Scafito. And then this is separate, the Radical Geek, Rich the TT, number 1 fan, Shane.
Hi, Shane.
Hi, Shane.
He is always here. Shane is always with us.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not commenting. He must be asleep.
Wake up, Shane.
Steve Pritchard, Susanna, I can say that name, Dagny, and often Nick.
And usually Nick. And while we're talking about Nick, congratulations on the birth of your second daughter, which means that our audience has grown by at least 1.
Yes, we have 1 more listener.
Congratulations to Nick and your family, and thanks for listening.
Congratulations for baby Nick. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
And now I'm say goodbye to the YouTube. And
Once we're off the air, come on, press the button. Press the button.
okay,
press the button,
okay.
press the button.
I'm
Press
gonna
the
stop the broadcast
button.
now.